Hey guys, welcome back to the Kool-Aid Podcast. Welcome back to another video. On today's video, guys, I'm going to be bringing you guys some transfer news in regards to Ronald Araujo, news in regards to Pablo Torre, and could Ter Stegen finally leave Barcelona? Is my dream going to happen? We're going to be talking about it all in today's video. But as always, guys, before I get started, make sure to follow me on all of my social media platforms. Everything is posted down below in the description. And as well, the link to become a member is also posted down below. Go over there and check me out. But let's get started with the video. All right, guys, let's get started with the video and let's talk about Ronald Araujo because there is some news in regards to the Uruguayan. The latest reports coming out from the media from Mundo Deportivo, they are saying that Barcelona, they do not want to sell Araujo. He is not on the market. There is no plans for Barcelona to sell him. Hansi Flick and Deco, they recognize that he hasn't really had the best season, but they still believe in his quality. They still view his profile as as needed in the squad, and especially since Jonathan Tao wasn't signed, you do need to keep Ronald Araujo. If Araujo left, then you would have to bring Jonathan Tah. But since he has gone to Bayern Munich, since he has joined them, Barcelona, with the departure of Araujo, they would have to go into the market and spend for a center back. And Barcelona just don't see a center back of Ronald Araujo's quality. And whether I agree with that or not, I mean, I understand Barcelona's position. I understand their stance. Even though Ronald Araujo, he has not been great in this past season. He's been, at fault. He's been a liability in those big games necessarily. There is still a very quality player in there. It's not like Ronald Araujo is complete garbage. That is not the case. It's just that in those games, it wasn't a situation that was suited for him. There is a lot of pressure on him. He needs confidence. He needs continuity. But at the same time, it's going to be hard at Barcelona, looking how Inigo Martinez and Pau Garcia, they are the starting center backs. And so Ronald Araujo next season is going to be understanding that he's possibly, the last center back that Hansi Flick can rely on. I see Christensen above of him in the pecking order, potentially even Eric Garcia. And so looking at everything in consideration, it's most likely that Ronald Araujo is going to stay. This is going to sort of affect our transfer activity in the summer because if Barcelona, they were going to go big and, make 2 to 3, potentially even 4 signings, which I never thought was realistic, then you would have needed the departure of Ronald Araujo. But if that is not going to happen, then Barcelona, I at max see 1 or 2 signings. That being a Joan Garcia, a keeper, and a Rashford. That is basically it. But I want to hear your guys' thoughts down below. Do you guys think that Barcelona are making a mistake in not selling Ronald Araujo? Do you guys think that Barcelona should have gone more heavy for Jonathan Tah, who has gone to Bayern Munich? I want to hear your guys' thoughts down below. But moving on now, guys, I want to be talking about another Barcelona player, and that is Pablo Torre. Because Pablo Torre, he hasn't been really involved in throughout the season. He has had moments, flashes of brilliance throughout the season where he has been able to get some minutes, and every single time he has been out there on the pitch, I think he's actually done a fantastic job. Hansi Flick and the club, they are very impressed with him. They see a lot of potential in him. Pablo Torre, he wants to stay, but one of the big question marks is whether he's going to have the sufficient game time and the sufficient minutes to necessarily improve and develop and continue his career at Barcelona. That is the big question. Barcelona right now, they're looking for a potential loan deal, and if they do sell him, they do want to include a buyback option. Teams like Mallorca and Racing Santander, they are interested in Pablo Torre. This is all reported by Mundo Deportivo. And looking at the whole transfer situation, I think it'd be a great move for Pablo Torre to go out and, have that experience. He went out on loan to Girona. He had some moments of brilliance, but at the same time, Girona, they were absolutely flying. It was very difficult to break into that team. But let's see what the future has in store for Pablo Torre. I think he's a fantastic talent. I think he has a lot of potential, but it's a matter of developing and getting those minutes under his belt. I think that's going to be the big key. A team that plays attacking football, I think, would be very, very suited to a player of his quality. So I will be making sure to keep you guys updated. And the last piece of news I did want to discuss with you guys today is in regards to Marc-Andre Ter Stegen, because is it finally time for him to leave the club, because according to Rack 1, Barcelona, they had a board meeting today, and they have decided that if the club signs Joan Garcia, if Joan Garcia arrives, then the club will sell Ter Stegen. That is the decision that they have made. And right now, Barcelona, they're just all waiting for that final decision from Joan Garcia. And in regards to, the latest in regards to Joan Garcia, I've spoken about it yesterday. But Barcelona, they have sent an offer. They've given him a 5-year contract deal. They're going to be paying his 25 million euro release clause if he does give the green light. And, he even met with his agent in order to discuss the offers that were on the table. There were some offers from the Premier League, and there were even offers from Italy, and it was basically just an overlook of everything. And the final decision, as I said yesterday, remains in the hand of Joan Garcia. He's going to have time to decide whether he wants to come and join Barcelona or he wants to go elsewhere. His agent, very, very in favor of him joining Barcelona. His family, more in favor of Joan Garcia joining and leaving the, Espanyol to join the Premier League. But, the final decision is going to be remaining in his hands. And if it does happen, guys, Ter Stegen finally leaving Barcelona, a player who, I'm so grateful for you did in your early years at the club. But ever since then, you've been such a liability for Barcelona in Europe. Every single humiliation, you've been at the forefront. You've been at the, you're actually, I think, one of the only players remaining from those debacles. It's time to move on. It's time to, just leave. Just know when your time is up. And I'm so happy that Barcelona, they made that decision. But at the same time, I take it with a grain of salt because, I never want to fully believe any report until it's finally confirmed. This is, the media speculating, just talking about it, and signing Szczesny and bringing in Joan Garcia, it makes sense if your plan was to sell Ter Stegen. Then you have 2 keepers, But, guys, I want to hear your guys' thoughts down below. Do you guys think that Barcelona will be making a mistake if they do sell Ter Stegen? Or are you guys just like me thinking, finally, Ter Stegen will be leaving? But, Ter Stegen, he's adamant in staying. If that's the case, then Barcelona, they're going to have a whole issue because his salary isn't low. It's going to cause some issues. But let's see what happens. I will be making sure to keep you guys updated, giving you guys the latest news in regards to that. But as always, guys, make sure to leave a like down below. Leave a comment. I will be reading over it and everything. But I'll see you guys all in the next video. Peace out, guys.
Alegría,